Hi guys, it's Tom from Comic Book Creature. It's been a while since I've made a video. Been a little bit busy, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of work going on. Doing a little bit of carpentry and just a lot of stuff around the house. So time to do another haul video. I got sort of a theme going on here. I went to several auctions and I ended up picking up quite a few war books from different companies. And I haven't really seen a whole lot of videos dealing with this, so I thought I'd make one, just a quick haul here. Don't have a lot to say about each book, but wanted to just share some of these with you from different companies that I've picked up at auctions. This first one is from Charlton, and it is Submarine Attack, number 52. Submarine Attack, number 52. Interesting covers. I like the way the fire is being depicted. It's pretty interesting. You don't see that a lot. Another one from Charlton. Now this one I'm real happy to have. This is Army Attack number 1. Army Attack number 1. Okay, pretty neat book. Now we get into some DC books. This is an older from Our Fighting Forces. This is The Losers, number 132. The Losers, number 132. So another DC book, number 177, Star Spangled War, The Unknown Soldier. I like this one because it's got the Nazi symbol on the front. Now, not that I like the Nazis or anything, but it's just kind of unusual to see that sometimes. You don't see it a whole lot on the cover of comic books, and so that makes them really stand out, and you can tell what they're really about. It's fighting against the Nazis. So another one from DC. I really love this cover. This is Enemy Ace, number 148. I like the old airplanes and the depiction of sky fights. Then we get into Our Army at War with Sergeant Rock. Joe Kubert covers. They're really, really nice. And this one is number 202. I also have number 214. Picked up number 230 at an auction. I like the purple in this one. It's kind of interesting. You don't see purple a whole lot on covers, but that's kind of cool the way they've got that in the background. I love the art, especially on these covers. This is Sergeant Rock, number 231. Have a good look at those. Sergeant Rock, number 234. One thing I'll say about these old DC books, I really like the way they set up the covers and the way the characters are portrayed. They have a distinctive style, and you know the huge dialogue bubbles that tell you what's going on, and it's almost like an old-fashioned movie poster in a sense, but with dialogue. This is Army at War number 251, Sergeant Rock. Just a great cover. This series ran for quite a while, and I only have a handful of them, but I was really happy to get those. And this is also from DC. This features the Haunted Tank. So I know Undisputed Frost, you kind of have a thing for the Haunted Tank, so you'll probably like these. This is GI Combat number 135. And then probably my favorite cover in the whole bunch. This is another GI Combat featuring the Haunted Tank, number 153, and it's just a fantastic cover. Fantastic. Really curious as to what this poor dog is going to be doing. Now, here's a series by DC also that I'm really trying to get a hold of. I don't see them too often. It's Weird War because, you know, it's almost like as if war is not horrible enough, they have to throw in a sort of a horror story to go with this. And this is just a fantastic, I love the cover. It's really powerful, and it's got a great style to it. So just take a good look at that. If you notice, like the lettering in Weird War, it has basically bones and skeletons inside the font. I like this is issue 4, so this is one of the big 52 pagers. And the way this is done, it's got like the red background, and then it bleeds into sort of the orange that highlights the darker art, and I like the contrast on it. It's just, I don't know, I'm just really impressed with this issue. It's in relatively okay shape. I'd love to have a better copy of it, but it's just, I just love the cover. It's number 4. This is issue number 22 of Weird War, and this again, they just kill it with the cover. It's got the lighter colors, and I think what it is it's the contrast of the lighter colors with the military uniforms, I think, is what's doing it. It's got your strange font up there at the top, and it's mystery and intrigue and a little bit of horror and Weird War. So it's just fascinating. So there's a couple of those I picked up at an auction. This book I've not looked inside other than to just sort of flip a little bit. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty intrigued by it, though. It is by Gold Key, and it is G8 and his Battle Aces. And it says, let you take a look at it. It's kind of big. It's a bigger book. It's wider, 12 cents. And it says, G8 shoots to kill a monster bird before its explosive eggs wipe out the Allied armies. I don't know what the heck that's all about, but if you look close, you can see like this giant flying bird back here that looks part machine, part bird. So I don't know what's going on in this comic book, but it has me really intrigued. So I'm going to have to crack that one open and give it a read here really soon. Then there's a couple issues by Dell. This is Guerrilla War. Guerrilla War. Okay. And last but not least, I didn't want to end with war and despair. I wanted to end with a little bit of humor. And this is the very first issue of one of these photo comics that happened to be in that lot that I picked up. And it is Hogan's Heroes. I don't know if any of you remember the old television show. I used to watch it many, many years ago. Now it's probably considered not so good, but it was a lot of fun at the time. I think this is a book from about 1966, somewhere in there. I'm not going to swear to that, but I think that's about when it came out. So it's pretty interesting because I had never really seen this before, and so I was looking in the box that I'd purchased, and there it was. So I thought you might like to see that. And so there is a selection of some war comics. Some of you had mentioned that to me, and I haven't seen a lot about that, so I thought I might talk a little bit about those and just show some covers. A lot of those books, it's all about the covers. The agenda that's being pushed inside sometimes is interesting. How you see where there was a bit of national pride there, and the World War II was not that far off at that point in our country. It was, only 20 or so odd, 20 to 30 years in the past, and so it was still fresh on people's minds. And I can see how that the comic book industry would capitalize on that and make those stories to honor and to tell interesting tales about our patriots of the past. Well, that's all I have for you tonight. Be kind to each other. Have a great evening, and thanks for watching.